Good afternoon. Thanks for joining us on First at 4. I'm Erica Bivens. Topping our newscast, another shooting in North Lake Charles, this one in the 1900 block of Winterhalter Street. KPLC's Randall Cam joins us live now from the scene. Randall, what can you tell us about the incident? Stand by. Looks like we're having some technical difficulties there. We'll try to check in with him a little bit later. Meanwhile, Lake Charles police continue to investigate another shooting that left 2 people wounded last night. It happened shortly after 5 in the 1400 block of North Prater Street. When officers arrived, they found 2 victims with gunshot wounds. Both were transported to area hospitals. Their conditions are unknown. During the investigation, detectives learned the victims were walking when a tan or brown colored SUV with 4 to 5 black males began shooting at the victims. There were reports of a possible 3rd victim, but authorities have not confirmed that and have no suspects at this time. Well, it's day 3 of the federal case against accused Charleston church shooter Dylan Roof. The jury hearing from the accused himself as his videotape confession is played in court. Sarah Rosario has the latest.
Today, jurors watched the videotape of accused shooter Dylan Roof's confession taken after his arrest in North Carolina. Roof telling investigators, quote, "I went to that church in Charleston and I did it. I had to do it. Someone had to do it." As part of his confession, Roof admits to researching black-on-white crimes and black churches online, helping him choose Mother Emanuel AME. And he describes himself as a white supremacist, saying, quote, "What I did is still minuscule to what they're doing to white people every day," before giving chilling details of the murders. The gunman's own account of the crimes comes on day 3 of what's already been a gut-wrenching trial. Yesterday, jurors saw never-before-seen security video showing Dylan Roof arriving and leaving the Charleston church, holding the weapon prosecutors say he used in the killings. Graphic photos were also part of the exhibits, including a Snapchat video taken from inside just before the shooting. And survivor Felicia Sanders' painstaking testimony of her efforts to protect her granddaughter as bullets rang out, killing her aunt and son. 22-year-old Dylan Roof is charged with 33 separate counts, including hate crimes. Sarah Rosario, NBC News.
Well, as we just reported, another shooting in North Lake Charles in the 1900 block of Winterhalter Street. KPLC's Randall Cam joins us live from the scene. Randall, what can you tell us?
Erica, witnesses tell us that a short time ago, 2 men went running through this parking lot, one shooting at the other. Take a look here at the collateral damage. This car was hit, the back glass busted out, and a bullet, as you can see, lodged right above the window there. The witnesses tell us that one person was hit and taken to the hospital. Police are still on the scene here, and so far no official confirmation on exactly what went on in this apartment complex. So for now, in Lake Charles, I'm Randall Cam, KPLC 7 News.
Thanks for that, Randall. Well, here's a look now at other stories from around the state. In day 5 of the Will Smith murder trial, a car crash expert told a jury he believes suspect Cardell Hayes intentionally crashed his Hummer into the vehicle driven by the former Saints player. Hayes' defense attorney argues he may not have been paying attention and hit Smith's vehicle by accident. And a young rap artist is facing charges now in connection to a shooting in Baton Rouge. Authorities say Cantriell Golden, whose stage name is NBA Youngboy, was taken into custody before a concert in Austin, Texas. He's charged with 2 counts of attempted first-degree murder. And Governor John Bel Edwards says the state needs to enact a tax structure that's sufficient enough to pay for state services. Tax reform is being pushed by Edwards and lawmakers for the 2017 legislative session, but the leaders who will craft the plans disagree on what reform means and whether they want to raise more money for government as they rewrite tax laws. Heroin now kills more Americans than gun violence. New data from the Centers for Disease Control reveals there were nearly 13,000 heroin-related deaths in 2015, slightly surpassing the number of gun homicides. It's a big change from just 8 years ago, when gun murders outnumbered heroin deaths by more than 5 to 1. Overall, deaths from all opioid, including prescription painkillers, topped 30,000 for the first time in recent history. Well, the lake effect snow machine is cranking out winter weather in parts of New York State. Bands of snow capable of dumping 1 to 2 inches per hour have hit places like Jamestown, where so far residents have seen more than 9 inches of snow. The lake effect snow warning is in effect through Saturday. And although we're not seeing snow, it's sure cold out there and getting colder tonight.
It will get colder, that's for sure tonight, Eric. Although there are some issues that may keep us from getting as cold as what it previously looked like. One of those issues is the one we've been dealing with for over 24 hours, the wind. It is much calmer than it was yesterday, that's for sure, but there are some indications that the wind may not go totally calm tonight. That could help to keep temperatures a degree or two warmer overnight. The other issue is clouds, which we'll talk more about in a few minutes. Temperature-wise, though, we're in the upper 40s to a few areas that did reach the low 50s. 51 in Lake Charles, the warmest for the day thus far. But temperatures will fall this evening fairly quickly, and I think down into the low 30s. There will definitely be some areas into the upper 20s. Here's a quick look at what I expect. Obviously, need to protect plants and pets tonight for pretty much everyone. We'll talk more of those specifics, especially the cloud issue, coming up in just a few minutes. Erica.
All right, thanks a lot, Wade. Well, with temperatures here in southwest Louisiana projected to dip as early as tonight, it might bring potential nightmares to gardeners. Freezing temperatures are predicted, as you just heard, by our 7-storm team, and they can have an impact on fruit and some vegetables. Emerging flowers are the most prone to damage from the cold weather. The best prevention against frost to flowers is to keep buds from opening too soon.
Our worst enemy of citrus, of course, is cold weather. We occasionally get these cold cycles where we get these extremely cold northern fronts that come out of Canada and just drop the temperatures down into single digits. And of course, it kills anything tropical.
KPLC's Max McGee will have additional tips in a full report tonight on 7 News at 6. President-elect Donald Trump made a stop in Baton Rouge today as part of the Get Out and Vote rally for state Republicans ahead of tomorrow's runoff election. And as Diane Gallagher tells us, with inauguration just a few weeks away, there's still lingering questions about how Trump will govern.
Donald Trump is back on the campaign trail.
We're going to go for John.
Sort of. The president-elect stumping for Republican Senate candidate John Kennedy at a rally in Louisiana this afternoon, a day before a runoff election there. As Trump continues his thank you tour, hitting states that helped him win the White House, he'll be in Michigan Friday night. But Trump is still hosting plenty of visitors in the Big Apple.
Very exciting meeting. I really enjoyed coming up here, meeting with the president-elect.
And is preparing to welcome Democratic Senator Joe Manchin and former GOP rival Carly Fiorina to Trump Tower Monday. He's also said he'll name his Secretary of State next week. And though Trump has quite a bit of work to do before being sworn in, there's already controversy about what he may do with his free time once in office. Staying on as the executive producer of the NBC reality show Celebrity Apprentice, which could be a major conflict of interest since the show airs on a network that is tasked with reporting on the administration. But Trump advisor Kellyanne Conway says it's not going to be an issue.
He could do what he's going to do with his White House salary with the Celebrity Apprentice, which is donate it to charity or decline to take it.
Now, Trump has said that he will hold a press conference next Thursday, his first since being elected, and will explain just how he'll avoid conflict of interest in business during his presidency. In Washington, I'm Diane Gallagher.
And the polls for tomorrow's runoff elections open at 7 a.m. and close at 8 p.m. Anyone in line at 8 p.m. will be allowed to vote. Look for election results after 8 on KPLCTV.com and on your 7 News mobile app. We'll, of course, have the results tomorrow night at 10 on 7 News Nightcast. Less than 2 weeks after wildfires tore through Gatlinburg, the town reopened to visitors. Barricades were taken down early this morning, and as soon as they were down, traffic began to flow through the resort town. Most of the tourist area, which draws more than 11 million people each year, was spared from the fire. However, 14 people died and about 2,500 homes and structures in the county were destroyed. 2 juveniles have been accused of starting those fires. Up next, Wade has your full First Alert forecast. And we managed to get our hands on one of the hottest toys of the year. More on that right after this. And if you were one of thousands of viewers who watched us live on our Facebook page or our website earlier this afternoon, you know it took a while for one of the hottest toys this Christmas to make an appearance. We invited some kids to join us in studio to watch a Hatchimal hatch. And after more than 2 hours of waiting and watching, it finally arrived. You can watch that video replay on our KPLC 7 News Facebook page. A lot of patient kids there. Well, there's only a few days left to donate to KPLC's Community Christmas. Up next, we'll explain how you can donate to help families in need in our area. Stay with us.
You can see traffic is moving just fine. Erica?
Thanks a lot, Wade. Well, if you're looking to help families in need this holiday season, time is running out to donate to KPLC's Community Christmas and the Salvation Army Angel Tree. KPLC's Mary Wilson joins us live with more on how you can help.
We've seen a big difference since last night. When we were in here yesterday, there was about 30 bikes, and I think it's about doubled.
Yeah, we had several groups that dropped off today, so I think you've got the list there. We had ERA Helicopters, Sasol Employees, Chase Bank, Energy Transfer, and LyondellBasell all brought in angels. They had adopted as companies, and many of them brought bikes for the kids and dropped off with us today.
All right, it made a huge difference, and we also want to thank the school bus drivers in Calcasieu Parish because they dropped off some money that they had collected amongst themselves, so we really thank them for that. They help us out every single year. We do have through the weekend, we are collecting through Sunday, and we still have some needs there in the toy department.
We have a couple, and we're super excited because we've gotten lots of cake mixes and icing in, as well as some basketballs and footballs, so that's been great. We've been able to add them to the bags. We're still seeing kids. We've got a lot of requests for karaoke machines. We're still seeing those come in, so which is kind of a big gift, but it's something a lot of our 10 and 12-year-old girls really like the idea of.
All right, there's a lot of things that you can pick up, like those RC cars. The remote control cars are still big on the list, as are board games and games that electronic games that kids can play.
Those two, and Ninja Turtles and wrestling.
We love wrestling around here.
I love wrestling. So we bought a bunch of figures the other day, and they've been cleaned out as well.
All right. I see that the room where the bags are is looking more and more full. How close do you think we are to getting this done?
We're actually a little bit more than halfway right now. We've got a couple groups that are going to bring in their donations on Monday, and we've still got a couple of angels that are out on the tree, and any angels that have been adopted, we're looking to get back in before Monday.
All right. So you need to turn those in either at the Preon Lake Mall or at the Salvation Army office.
That's correct.
All right. Well, you still have the weekend to make a donation, so if you can, pick up some extra food or pick up a toy for a child in need, because it is KPLC's Community Christmas. We need the whole community to come out and help us fulfill the wishes of all our Salvation Army Angel Tree kids and, of course, everyone that's signed up for assistance.
A lot of great donations there. Coming up, for those still holding on to their recalled Galaxy Note 7 phones, we'll tell you why soon you won't be able to use it at all. And Santa is getting hip with the time, using technology to make this holiday a little different. Samsung is set to release a final update for its recalled Galaxy Note 7 smartphone. The next and final update will be released on December 19th and will render the smartphone inoperable. The Note 7 was recalled in September and again in October after multiple reports of the devices catching on fire. Owners of the devices have been urged to return or exchange them for other Samsung devices, and to date, about 93% of them have been returned in the U.S. More than 100,000 devices, though, are still unaccounted for. Santa Claus is getting a tech upgrade this holiday season. A new kind of experience can transport your family from your local mall to Santa's doorstep. Mark Barger explains.
Santa Claus is nothing if not hip, especially when it comes to gadgetry. Along with his usual Christmas magic, St. Nick's using the latest technology to help make the holiday season special.
In this experience, you are not just making a stop at the mall, you're actually getting on a ride that takes you all the way to the North Pole to visit Santa where he lives.
DreamWorks provided a holiday assist by developing Adventure to Santa for 14 locations worldwide.
Welcome to North Pole.
There's a bunch of advanced technology in the house, including digital skins all around the outside.
Falling snow and light shows make the house merry and bright, and long lines are history. Families can pre-register for a certain time, so Santa knows who's visiting when.
Passports ready?
The adventure is hosted by the friendly faces from Kung Fu Panda. Kids train on devices to prepare for boarding the rocket sleigh.
And then there's immersive panoramic ride theater where you actually take a journey to fly to the North Pole.
It is a bumpy ride, but kids are excited to get to visit the big man.
He will greet them personally by name. You'll already know who they are and welcome them into his study to visit with him.
After teleporting back to the mall, parents can check out photos.
Seeing her face on the sleigh ride was the best part.
And leave with precious holiday memories.
What does Santa say?
Mark Barker, NBC News.
Now, the experience is free, but photo packages start at $40. Well, a fake advertisement has some laughing and others lashing out. Up next, the adult-themed playset that made headlines on social media. With all the fake news circulating online, this was bound to happen. A fake ad for this toy has some laughing this holiday season, while others are lashing out at toy giant Fisher-Price for a product it didn't even make. The ad claims to be a Fisher-Price happy hour playset featuring 3 children sitting around a play bar with beer bottles. But don't worry, parents, it's a fake ad and a fake toy. Fisher-Price has been reaching out to customers to clarify that the product is not real. So good to know it is not real, not for sale. What is real, though, the cold temperatures we're in for, huh?
Yeah, I think a lot of people have lost their sense of humor after social media, it seems like, with everything going around. All right, for us, it's definitely chilly, and it's going to get colder. Temperatures are already falling down to 46 in Jennings. Now, a little milder here in Lake Charles for the time being at 51. But I do think in the morning, upper 20s to low 30s across most of the area. But as I explained earlier, the combination of clouds and a little bit of wind might, I stress might, keep temperatures a few degrees warmer than those readings. But even if it does, it's still going to be cold in the morning.
All right, that's going to do it for us. Inside Edition is straight ahead, and Cynthia Arsenault is back in 30 minutes for Live at 5. Have a great evening.